This is Molly McElroy with the University of Washington's Office of News and Information. I recently went dumpster diving with a UW anthropology graduate student who is studying trash, food waste, and the economics of consumption. David Giles is interested in why food that is still viable gets thrown out. He focuses on Seattle area dumpsters, especially those of grocery stores and food distributors. David says that if you know where and when to go, you can find dumpsters with perfectly edible food. One rainy summer night, I joined him on a dumpster outing. He tells me to wear waterproof shoes and clothing that I don't mind getting dirty. We visited a few dumpsters of grocery stores in Seattle's Capitol Hill neighborhood. It was about 10 o'clock at night, and the stores were about to close. Here's David in what he calls a compost dumpster.
The good thing about compost dumpsters is that it's almost exclusively just food waste, and the scraps left over from producing things, so from the scraps left over from producing sandwiches. And
I asked him, would you eat anything in here?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We just pulled a bunch of really good kale out of here. That'd be great for soup or something, though. It's just a ton of celery in here. The other thing that ends up in the compost is often things that are too ripe. Things that are just perfectly ripe, but that might need to be used that day. Also things that are overstocked, things that are bruised, anything that's not going to sell promptly and profitably.
Have you ever gotten sick from anything you ate in a dumpster?
Oh, no, never. I know hundreds of people who've dumpster dived, and I think I've heard of 2 people getting sick, and proportionally that's much smaller than the number of people I know who've gotten sick off of eating fast food.
David is a vegetarian most of the time, but he has a friend who frequently dumpster dives for meat. Everyone has a different level of risk that they can deal with, he says.
How long does a typical dumpster diving outing take?
Oh, it's a night. It's an evening.
Yeah.
Because you don't just go to one. It's a bit like thrift store shopping. Sometimes you'll go and you won't find anything, and sometimes you'll go and you'll find a ton of really good stuff, and sometimes you'll go and you won't find much, but you'll find one perfect thing.
After retrieving various veggies from the compost dumpster, David and some of his diving companions went to other dumpsters where they found, as he puts it, a treasure trove of organic juice boxes, a few organic seaweed and rice wraps, and sacks of potatoes and onions. The next step, David says, is to bring the food home and clean it. He cautions that with dumpstering, the usual food safety procedures always apply, such as washing the food thoroughly and checking for rottenness and other possible contamination. For more information on the project and other anthropology research at the University of Washington, check out the UW Anthropology Department's webpage.